Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. This is going to be a pretty quick, um, it's going to be a pretty quick session today. Hey, Desiree. Um, got my notes, 2 pages. So this should be pretty quick. If you have questions about TSA PreCheck, global entry, or mobile passport, put them in the comments now. Just in case I don't answer them. I may have to put my glasses on because, y'all, I'm pretty blind. I can't see, and I wrote my notes. Yeah. Hey, Rhonda. I can't see who's on Facebook. They didn't put it up there yet. But, hey, happy Sunday. Just had a kind of a family emergency going on. So, for sure, this is going to be a little quick because I have to jet out in a second. But I just wanted to give you guys the information. What is global entry, TSA PreCheck, and mobile passport, right? So we all hate customs lines. I know, absolutely, I do. My least favorite airports on the planet there are 3 of them. Hey, Vicky, are Atlanta, Miami, and LAX. So I absolutely felt like, I don't even know what I felt like coming in Miami, coming back from the Dominican. I promise you, we may have gone through 11 customs lines, like dog sniffing your butt in one line. Like it was just so much. LA, we probably were wrapped around the airport 11 times. Like it was just horrible. And Atlanta, it was like so many people, 2 different lines. They were like all the way in a maze. It was just horrible. But there are ways that you can kind of skip those lines as long as a lot of people, which a lot of people don't even know about global entry. TSA PreCheck won't help you in those customs lines. But a lot of people don't know about global entry and or they do not qualify for it, right? But global entry helps you bypass those lines because it's just super dope. And it took me a little while to get it. They tried to say it was something on my record. I'm like, y'all playing with me right now. So I had to go through a whole appeal process, and I finally got my card. But it's been great so far. I had one issue when we came back from Cancun about a month ago. We were coming back through Midway, and it's only like, I think their custom area is about this long, probably as big as my office, maybe. And this girl at the line would just randomly pick people to go through another security point. And I was just like, why? And, she was just like, look at your thing. And it was just too much. It was like we didn't even need to do the global entry getting off because we went through the same line as everybody else. But okay. But that was the only problem. Other than that, it's been great. And I do suggest it. And so let me give you a definition of what the global entry is. I have it written down. If I can't see it, I'm going to get my glasses. Global entry is a service that allows pre-approved, low-risk travelers to receive expedited clearance upon arrival into the U.S. There are also 54 airports in the U.S., along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 15 that are international, where you can also use your global entry card when you get there. I'm upset that, hey, sis, I'm upset that Dubai is not on that list, but Abu Dhabi is, and that's 2 hours away, so no need to do that. But there are quite a few locations internationally where you can also use your global entry when you arrive into their gateway, which is super cool. But some places that I'm going to is not included on that list. But global entry is $100 for 5 years. You fill out the application online. You pay your $100 up front. You ain't waiting until you get approved, okay? So you pay your $100 up front. Once they get your pre-approval, they'll send you a date where you come down, you do an interview, you take a picture, and it takes a few weeks for them to tell you yay or nay. With global entry, you also get PreCheck. Now, the only thing about pre-check is it's not always guaranteed. So just because you have it and just because you have global entry does not qualify you for every gateway to get pre-check. They can say yay or nay. Some airlines do not even they don't even have pre-check, and so you won't get it anyway. And my experience, um, what is it? Terminal 5 International Terminal at O'Hare Airport. There is no TSA PreCheck, okay? So it's like a cattle call. It's like a little small corner, and everybody is just rammed in there at one time, and there's no PreCheck. And so, leaving out of O'Hare internationally, there's really no use of having PreCheck because, yeah, you're not using it. I've been there probably 4 times with PreCheck, and it doesn't work. Even if it's on your boarding pass, there are no different lines, okay? But global entry is pretty cool to have, especially if you travel internationally more than 2 times per year. When you're coming back in, especially to O'Hare, the lines are really long, and if you have that global entry, you bypass those lines, okay? And again, a lot of people don't know about it, so you get off and you're like zooming past, and you're just going through and getting your bag, right? So that is global entry. Then there is just a TSA PreCheck. So say you're a late bird, okay? You like to get to the airport, you like to play Russian roulette and get to the airport like an hour before your flight and you're going international, or hour before your flight and you're not going international. You're just flying an hour before, which is a no-no. Like if I'm going international, I'm at least 3 hours before my flight leaves, 2 hours if I'm going domestic. But you're a person who likes to play Russian roulette and you get to the airport at the last minute, right? So this will allow you to go through the pre-check line where you don't have to take off your shoes, you don't have to take your computer out of your bag, and that kind of thing. It's $85 for 5 years. And again, it's not guaranteed. So when you book online, and this is a cool part of it. So if I go in and I book myself, my husband, my kids, I book everybody at the same time. That's on any airline that accepts it. So Southwest does. And if I book their plane ticket at the same time as I book mine, because I have pre-check, and you have to put your number in, and they give you a known traveler's number, and you put that in when you book. Everybody in my group will get the pre-check. And as long as it's available, everybody will be able to go through the pre-check line with me. Other than that, I'm going to see y'all later because I'm not going through that long line with y'all. I'll see y'all when I get past, okay? But the pre-check, let's see what that is. Expedited Security Screening Program connecting travelers departing from the U.S. So you can, like I said, Midway is typically pretty good. It's never a long line. I've not seen a long line. I just went through it last month and zoomed on past, boom. Again, it's $85 for 5 years, which is a really good price. This is, for me, it would be if you're just a domestic traveler and you don't do a whole lot of international and you just want to be able to bypass the long lines. Now, if you're doing international, there's no need for you to do just TSA PreCheck. You need to do global entry unless you just don't qualify for it, because there are a few things. If you go onto their website, all you need to do is to Google global entry, and it will give you all of the qualifications you have to have and the requirements, because there is a huge screen. They do fingerprinting and all of that. So they do an extensive background check because they want to make sure there's nothing, even if it's old, like they don't care. They don't care. But TSA is not that extensive. And so pretty much probably everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, let me stop saying that. Just look online and get the requirements, okay? So that's TSA PreCheck, and that's $85. Now there is a free, F-R-E-E, and I know we all love the word free, right? There is a free app that you can use. Let's see, I think there are 27 gateways and 2 cruise ports, including Miami and Port Everglades in, I want to say that's in Fort Lauderdale or Orlando, that allow you to be able to use It's called Mobile Passport. You download the app onto your phone. Oh, I'm on my phone. I will show you the app. But there's an app you download into your phone. You have to have your passport in hand, right? And you scan your passport into that. You put your passport information, and then you have to take a picture. So have your good wig on, your good hair, and a little chapstick or something. Don't just be out there with your bonnet and stuff on, because they're gonna be like, ma'am, no. So you have to take a picture at that time, and when you arrive back into the United States, it's almost like global entry. There is a certain line that you go to, because all of your customs forms will be filled out online, all of your information, and you just go to a kiosk and put your phone on the kiosk, and it'll give you a receipt. So it's almost like global entry, and it's free. Okay, so I can put it on Facebook. Y'all, I can't see. Mobile Passport is the name of it. It's called Mobile Passport. So go and look that up. Get that on your phone. There are certain gateways. Again, there's only 27 gateways. O'Hare in Chicago has it. And there's an entire list if you Google Mobile Passport, and it'll tell you exactly the cities that allow for the mobile passport. I know people that have used it. I've used it myself personally before I got my global entry, so it does work. There is no TSA PreCheck associated with it. It just allows you, when you come back into the country, to bypass the lines, because you've already been cleared, because they have your information. When you put your information into the passport app, it is verified, and then they take your picture. It's verified with your passport, and so you're all set. And when you come back in, as soon as you turn your phone back on, it will let you go in, and you have to click a button and all that kind of stuff. But it tells you, and it's really easy, and it's free. Okay, so anybody have questions about global entry, TSA PreCheck, and mobile passport? I told you guys it was going to be quick. Gotta go take care of some family stuff. But let's see. I might have. It is, and it's good to have, again, especially global entry. I do not suggest you get global entry if you do not travel internationally. It's not worth it. If you're not traveling at least twice a year internationally, global entry is not for you. Okay? If you do not have a passport, that's another indication. If you do not have your passport yet, global entry is not for you. Look into the TSA PreCheck option, or if you're someone who's only going to travel, let me go back a little bit. You can't use mobile passport if you don't have a passport. Okay? Let's get these passports going, y'all. So even though it's free, if you're not going international, you can't use it because you're not coming back into the country, right? But then you would just get the TSA PreCheck. It's $85. And again, you just have to think about it. It's not guaranteed. I've had it where they're like, I don't know what airline. I know international out of O'Hare, not been able to use it. But I'm trying to think if there was another. Oh, when we went to Cancun, it wasn't, my PreCheck wasn't on my boarding pass, but we had to check in at the gate. And I was like, ma'am, I don't have PreCheck on here, and I'm gonna need you to put that on there. And they did. They didn't have to, but she did. I was just like, listen, it's too early in the morning to be going through these lines, so I'm gonna need you to put my stuff on there. And she absolutely did. So make sure you check into those. Again, Google it. Google could be your best friend. Google global entry if you travel internationally. Look on your phone in your app store, Google Apps, or Google, the Play Store, or I don't know what it is for iPhone. Sorry, y'all. Look in your Play Store for mobile passport. It's free to download and it's free to use. And TSA PreCheck. Okay. I was going to tell you guys about what we have coming up. Hi, Yvette. Hey, y'all. Oh, Facebook is lit tonight. Y'all on here. Y'all on here deep on Facebook tonight. Hey, y'all. I was going to tell you guys about some stuff we have coming up, but again, I need to run and deal with some family things. And I will come back on later this week because we definitely, I know if you guys are on Facebook and you are on our Facebook, our group, you see that we've already started posting about Black Friday. Yes, it's going to be super dope. If you are not on our email list, I you need to go and get on there now because we are not posting the sales on our social media. They will only be emailed out. Um, if you have traveled with us more than twice, you got an email. Well, let's see, more than twice and spent a certain amount with us. You got an email last night because you are a VIP, so you are going to get some amazing, amazing emails and amazing offers coming for Black Friday. We want to talk about our VIP client exclusive trip that we're going to have in 2020. And we have an event coming up November 18th. I am going to, again, come back later this week, probably Tuesday, and talk about those things. But if there are no questions, I'm going to get out of here and go handle this family business. And I will talk to you guys later.